Hello everyone. The moment that viewers around the world have been waiting for almost 4 years has finally arrived. The film John Wick. Chapter 4 has been shown on the big screens. What can I say? The impression of the latest sequel is simply incredible, with exclusively enthusiastic reviews. A visual masterpiece. Mind-blowing. The best action movie of all time. These are just a few of the epithets that are being used to describe the new release. Today, without spoilers, we will discuss the first impressions of the new John Wick. Is it really the best action movie of the 21st century? What's next for the franchise? Will its main creator leave? And will Keanu Reeves appear in John Wick spin-offs? It will be interesting, so watch until the end. So, in a few words, to refresh your memory. The creators of the fourth part keep the details of the plot secret, but Chad Stahelski warned viewers in one of his interviews not to expect a happy ending. In addition, Stahelski told journalists that the character Sofia will be able to protect her daughter in the fourth film. The action of the movie will take place in several countries including the United States, Japan, France, Germany, and even Jordan. Moreover, in June 2020, it became known that the film includes several action scenes that were cut from John Wick 3. These scenes use plot elements from Legends of King Arthur, westerns, and even samurai movies. Returning to the present day, after 4 years of waiting, John Wick 4 by Chad Stahelski was finally presented to the press representative at the world premiere in London. The initial reactions to the film are overwhelmingly positive, and many journalists are once again amazed by the director's boundless imagination, who finds something new for each twist of John's adventure. It should also be noted that at the time of creating this video, critics have given the new release a rating of almost 90 out of 100, making it the highest rated among all previous parts. Moreover, in one of the reviews it was said that each fight scene in the movie could be the culmination of any of the other 3 parts. Thus, it becomes clear that the action and fight scenes are at the highest level possible. Even despite the fact that Keanu himself is already over 60. And in the previous films, the actor and the whole team set a very high bar. So surpassing it seemed impossible. Nevertheless, the consensus of all reactions praising John Wick Chapter 4 speaks of the film as one of the greatest action films ever created. So, it seems that the almost 4-year wait was clearly worth it. However, according to Chapter 4 director Chad Stahelski, we will have to wait a little longer until the so-called Wick-verse reaches its maximum potential. But more on that later. For now, let's focus on the fourth film. Right now, an opinion is already being formed, at least among critics. I think that viewers will also join it, that John Wick Chapter 4 is a masterpiece of action movies. Film presents the best professionals in the field of action films, demonstrating the full range of their talents against a most diverse background. Means all kinds of locations from different corners of our planet, which somewhere makes the new part similar to James Bond or even Fast and Furious. Also, unlike, for example, the first part, the authors of the new film now have sufficient budget and an obvious desire to do everything right. In other words, this is a masterpiece of action. In addition, many critics believe that the new Wick is undoubtedly the greatest action film, at least of 2023, and it will take a masterpiece of the level of Mad Max Fury Road to dethrone it. And this, agree, is a significant claim to success or, if you will, world domination. In addition, Keanu Reeves and the entire film crew seem to have set themselves the task not only to surpass everything that was before in the John Wick franchise, but also to set a new bar in general, and this is always welcome. And here are a couple of short reviews from critics who have already seen and evaluated the novelty. Let's listen. One of the greatest action films ever created. John Wick 4 surpasses all 3 of its predecessors in storytelling, scope, and countless amazing set pieces. It's hard to imagine that all of this is contained in one movie. Bill Skarsgård is killer. The franchise's damn exciting ending. It's a 9.5 out of 10. Sounds promising, don't you agree? And, by the way, concerns about the stunning length of the highly anticipated fourth chapter also seem to have been dispelled. For example, in one of the early reviews, it is said that all of the nearly 3 hours of the movie are well spent. I had doubts about the almost 3-hour runtime of John Wick Chapter 4, but the movie deserves it. It's an epic with a smart pace that never allows the action to feel tiresome, and the set pieces are simply phenomenal. An excellent cast of newcomers to the franchise, but Donnie Yen is the coolest player. Which, by the way, is a very interesting addition, as it turns out that the Chinese martial arts master, actor, director, stunt and fight choreographer even outshines Keanu himself in the new installment, although we never heard of such claims before. Yes, and it's impossible not to mention the grand scale of the novelty. So, we are all recommended to watch it exclusively in IMAX, as the number of participants in the new action movie is greater than in the previous 3 films combined. We can only imagine the scope and scale of what's happening. I watched John Wick 4 in IMAX and strongly recommend that you do the same. The number of bodies is greater than in the previous 3 parts combined. Keanu Reeves as John Wick once again holds nothing back and presents himself as a force to be reckoned with. This film will take you on a journey around the world and add the most mind-blowing fights and action scenes in an exciting and incredible genre-changing epic. Well, there's no doubt that after the painfully long almost 4-year wait since the last chapter of the franchise's release, excitement around John Wick's fresh adventure on the big screen is only growing. And by the way, judging by box office forecasts, this will be an absolute hit. According to the forecasts, John Wick Chapter 4 is set to become the biggest box office hit of the franchise in North America. Early predictions for the opening weekend of the sequel suggest that it will earn between $60 to $70 million domestically, making it the strongest opening of the entire franchise, according to Deadline. And considering that the previous third movie made almost $350 million overall, some of the most daring analysts are already predicting that the fourth chapter could surpass the $500 million mark, which is simply an incredible figure for an action movie. Furthermore, as some publications write, John Wick Chapter 4 could well become a crowning glory and a kind of bellwether for the international action genre. The John Wick team has long been attracting exciting talents from the world of action movies, but for Chapter 4, they have assembled the best of modern stars. Firstly, Chinese sensation Donnie Yen joins the fray as Kane. British action phenomenon Scott Adkins was also chosen to play Kill, the monstrous character who stands in Wick's way and serves as the main antagonist in the new installment. Chilean star Marco Soro also plays the role of Chidi, the right-hand man of the Marquis, played by Bill Skarsgård. Well, you get the idea. Perhaps for the first time in this saga, Keanu Reeves has really charismatic opponents who can compete with the actor for the lead on screen. And this is only part of the cast, without delving too deep into the details and spoiling anything. Meanwhile, critics continue to pour praise on the new film, saying that movies like John Wick Chapter 4 almost never see the light of day. The sets, lighting, cinematography, pulsating techno soundtrack, all of these elements are of great importance. An aesthetic masterpiece that is not a mistake. In 2 hours and 50 minutes of work, John Wick 4 embodies the highest confidence of masters in their field, showcasing their best career work from top to bottom, with a budget that gives them freedom and an established fanbase craving for what they do. So the new Wick really represents the culmination of what the action genre has been able to achieve in this latest era and throws down the gauntlet to anyone working in the genre anywhere in the world today to try and surpass what Stahelski, Reeves, and the whole team have done in this stunning and exciting epic. Well, after such streams of ecstasy, let's briefly mention the future of this franchise. Of course, the story of John Wick is far from over. Reeves has already praised the spin-off Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas, in which the actor will once again play his role as the franchise's main character, and the Continental mini-series prequel dedicated to the Hotel Network. And of course, John Wick 5 seems to still be in development, but since the longtime franchise leader Chad Stahelski is evading the question of whether he will stay or leave. Apparently, we will have to wait longer for the 5th part than even this one. But Keanu Reeves has already confirmed his appearance in the long-awaited spin-off John Wick Ballerina. The filming of this project with Ana de Armas began back in November of last year in Prague, and it was previously said that Ballerina would do without John Wick, but now Keanu Reeves himself confirmed that this is not the case. And that he's in. And although we don't know the extent of the actor's presence in the spin-off, it's still great news, in my opinion, and on such a high note, I suggest we wrap up for today. Write your comments. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and our Telegram at the link in the description so you don't miss anything, and also hit the thumbs up. Thanks to everyone for watching and goodbye for now.